Ooh, what's good, Wizards fans? The Wizards have made a signing here. They have signed Jonas Valanciunas. Has played center for the Pelicans, the Grizzlies. Former fifth pick of the draft, double machine. I like this signing because it's a 3-year, $30 million deal. Basically, I think this is the MLE they're using, if I'm not mistaken, the mid-level exception. I think it's a good deal. Of course, it's somewhat of a wonky. I wouldn't say a wonky fit, but I think they're going to make another move. There's going to be a trade being made pretty soon because at the center position they have Bagley and Rashawn Holmes already, and then you have Sarr at the 4, and they got to bring back Tristan Vukcevic, who they waived or released, and then they're going to re-sign him. So they declined his option, and then they're going to re-sign him and bring him back on a long-term deal, probably like a 3 or 4 year deal. But this is smart because Alex Sarr, they want him to play at the 4, or they see him at the 4, or Alex Sarr's camp, or Alex Sarr himself would rather play at the 4 rather than playing at the 5. Somebody brought up a good point that Jaren Jackson Jr., who Alex Sarr compares himself to as well, is a guy that played at the 4, and then Valanciunas was on the Grizzlies at that time with Ja Morant. And Jonas Valanciunas played the 5, and Jaren Jackson Jr. was able to develop at the 4 and improve. Now, Jaren Jackson Jr. is a better shooter than Alex Sarr, but you guys get the point of that's the kind of player that Alex Sarr potentially could be. The moving his feet, versatile, put the ball on the floor. Just a modern-day big man that can face the basket and put the ball on the floor and can really defend and move his feet and can switch on guards and forwards like he did against Ron Holland, where Alex Sarr was shutting guys down. But you look at just the center position from last year, coming from where we were at. We had Muscala playing center at one point, Gallo playing center at one point. We had literally no bigs. And when you're trying to develop a guy like Alex Sarr, you need a veteran presence in there. And I think he's going to be able to help Alex Sarr bang in the paint, where Alex Sarr still needs to physically develop and to take on the beating of just the physical match of Joel Embiid, who else? Yeah, Joel Embiid, Jokic, some of the top centers that we played against last year that just dominated against us. Every center that we played against last year dominated against us. Every center in the league. So I think Valanciunas was certainly even Vucevic from the Bulls, guys like that would dominate against us and just put up career. Mark Williams from the Hornets would put up career numbers against the Washington Wizards. So any center that you would look at, or we would go against, Victor Wembanyama, of course he puts up big numbers against everybody, but I'm just naming centers that would just win bonkers against even Isaiah Hartenstein. Nothing against him, he's a darn good player. But any center we went up against would just dominate the Washington Wizards. It was what it was with that last year, and I think Valanciunas will help that for sure. Brooke Lopez put up big numbers, Jared Allen, and guys like that. And then another comparison with Alex Sarr is Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley plays at the 4, Jared Allen plays at the 5. So Jared Allen takes on more of the physicality and some of the brutality in the paint. Bam Adebayo, guys like that. So you guys get the point of what I'm getting at here. Gobert and Zubac and guys like that, where you're a Sabonis for the Kings. So Valanciunas, that's just a better matchup. Where Alex Sarr, his rookie year, he's going to have some problems with some of those guys, some of those more physical bigs like Sabonis and Vucevic and Jokic and Embiid and guys, Jalen Duren from Detroit. Jalen Duren would cook us all the time, and every game we played against him too. Sengun, guys like that. So you guys get the point for sure. So, but Valanciunas is a good pick and roll guy. He can step out there and shoot the 3 too. Like, if Valanciunas can shoot that thing, like he can shoot there was one game where he had 7 threes in one game, just knocking them down. Like, he can step out and knock him down too. He is somewhat of an old school big, kind of like back to the basket kind of guy, but at the same time, he's like an ogre down there, man. He really is. He's like an ogre. He's just super. He's just a big fella, man. Shot 34% from the 3 in 2023, 36% from the 3 in 2022 with 2 attempts per game. So that's not bad for a center. Not a lot of attempts per game, but he's had some games where he's hit like 7 or 8 threes. Double machine. He had a 2020 game. 26 point and 15 rebound game and a playoff game a couple years ago too. So I think he can really come in and help this team. Like, we're not trying to win now, of course, but as far as the developmental standpoint, I think Jonas Valanciunas is certainly going to come in and help out with that for sure. So you look at the lineup, of course, a lot of people right now putting out there Jordan Poole at the 1, Koulibaly at the 2, Kuzma at the 3, Sarr at the 4, Valanciunas at the 5. Now, there's not a lot of shooting in that lineup, but that probably will be the starting five. Corey Kispert come off the bench. Bub Carrington come off the bench. Keyshawn George off the bench. Bagley, if he's still here. Brogdon's on the roster, so Brogdon will come off the bench as well. So, I mean, you could change it up. You could have Brogdon, Poole, Kuzma, Sarr, and then Valanciunas at the 5. But then again, you don't want Bilal's not coming off the bench. Like, he's going to start. He's going to get a lot of minutes. So, I think this is a good move. Honestly, I really do. I'm looking at some of the reports that are coming out here. I know Tyus Jones reportedly signed and trade, possibly. That's what they're trying to do coming up. So they're trying to do that. And then, like I said, with Rashawn Holmes, he declined his $12.8 million player option in order to sign a new 2-year, $25.9 million deal with the team through 2025-2026. The 2025-26 season, sources tell The Athletic, only $250,000 out of his $13 million deal is guaranteed for 2025-2026. And then you look at some stats with Valanciunas as a Pelican: 14 points a game, 10 boards a game, 54% from the field. Top 3 in points, rebounds, and blocks for the Pelicans since 2022. So, I mean, this move, it's not going to make us win a bunch of games either. Like, we're not going to win a whole bunch of more. We're not going to win much more games just because we brought in Valanciunas. So, like, we're still going to be a bad team. We're still going to win around 15 to 20 games with Valanciunas. Like, he's not going to rise our win total or raise our win total by any means at all. But he is going to make us tougher, and we need more physicality. We need just stronger physical play, and I think he's going to bring that for sure. Like, we're not going to get bullied in the paint. Now, him stepping out, he's going to play a lot of drop covers and whatnot because he can't really step out there and guard guards like Alex Sarr is going to be able to do. But just, like I said, we struggled to rebound last year. Like, how bad were we rebounding last year? It was so awful. Like, we did leave Gafford out there to dry. Like, we didn't have anybody else. Like I said, Muscala and Gallo, and that was it. But rebounding-wise, like, we were like the worst team in the league last year. Like, the worst. We had to be the worst team in the league for sure, giving up offensive rebounds and whatnot for sure. I'm trying to find it real quick, and then I'll probably wrap it up. Top NBA rebounding teams last year. But yeah, basically we were awful. That's my point. That's my point, man. So, but I think, and they were reportedly interested in Mitchell Robinson, Clint Capella. So they really wanted to have Sarr play the 4, and I think that's the right move for him to come in here and develop as a young player who's still trying to kind of physically mature this year too. NBA team, NBA rebounding stats. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me, man. I'm trying to find these stats here. I don't know why I'm saying playoffs, but regular season. All right. Yeah, we were dead last in rebounding. Dead last in rebounding per game. We were awful. We were bad with rebound statistics. So we need it. I know we're developing, but you got to have some type of veteran presence. So, and we'll see if they move Brogdon. Like, let's see if they move Brogdon too. We'll see what happens with that. But I like this move. I think it's a good move for the development. Like I said, there was one game where Valanciunas had 37 points, 18 rebounds, 5 assists, 7 for 10 from the 3-point line, which is insane. Like, Valanciunas had some really good games. And OKC, he cooked OKC last year too. He was cooking them. In 2021, he had a 39-point, 15-rebound game, 15 for 24, 7 for 8 from the 3-point line in 32 minutes. The first player in NBA history with 35-plus points, 15-plus boards, 7-plus threes in fewer than 35 minutes. I know that was 3 years ago, but Valanciunas, he's a really good pick and pop guy, a good pick and roll guy. Now, the only thing with that lineup too, where I said Jordan, Poole, Coulibaly, Kuz at the 3, Sarr at the 4, Valanciunas at the 5. I already said the shooting and the spacing is wonky there. But defensively, I think you may have something there. Coulibaly is a darn good defender. Sarr is a good defender. Kuzma is, when he really locks in, he can defend. Jordan Poole is not a good defender. But I think defensively, that would be a good lineup. I think that's a good lineup for sure. So, all right. But, yeah, I mean, I'll probably wrap it up here, guys. I'll probably wrap it up here, and then he's from Lithuania. He plays. I'm not sure if Lithuania is in the Olympics, but we'll see if he plays in Olympics too. But I think this is a solid move. I think this is a solid move. And then some people say this may be why we traded Denny. I don't really think so, but I think this is a good move for sure. And I really want to see how Sarr plays at the 4. I really want to see how Sarr plays at the 4 and Valanciunas plays at the 5, how they match for sure. And then we'll see what they do with Bagley. I like Bagley a lot. I like him coming off the bench, so I wouldn't mind keeping. I'd rather trade Rashawn Holmes. And then if they can make a sign and trade with Tyus, and then you can flip Valanciunas in the future. I don't see you getting a first for Valanciunas, but you can flip Valanciunas at the trade deadline or in the offseason and move on from him, because this is a good deal, and this is a good salary filling deal too. $10 million, you can attach that to make salaries match to bring in a talented player, or bring in another player in a first round pick. So I like this move. I like it. Physicality, and it will make, because last year it was hard to watch. Like, I wanted to watch the team. Of course, I wanted to get the best lottery position, but at least I wanted the team to be competitive. There were some games where they just weren't competitive, and they were just getting bullied in the paint. This year, they're not going to get bullied in the paint. So they will have somewhat of an identity, which I like that. I do like that. You got to have some veterans on the team. So the veterans on the team are Brogdon, Kuz, and Valanciunas at this point right now. Rashawn Holmes is still on the roster. Bagley's still on the roster. So we'll see what happens to those guys. But I like this move. I like this, especially watching bigs that can play. So this will help Alex Sar out a lot. All right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Hells and Wizards. Peace.